Hey, my friends. Happy Tuesday. It's Jen Pittabach with By the Shore Stamping. Welcome into another edition of my weekly video. Today, I'm actually going to share with you my 5 cards from card class last weekend. So I haven't done an in-person card class in a really long time, but I did one at the Just Scrappin' crop this past weekend. So I thought I would stamp my favorite card for you, and then I'll share with you the other 4 cards that everybody got to make. And I just thought it would be fun to kind of see what I've been stamping. So the set I'm going to use to stamp my favorite card is the Eclectic Garden, which is a really cute stamp set that I feel like could get easily missed in the new mini spring catalog. This is the one that came out in January. It's a super cute stamp set. It's probably a little bit eclectic, as you can see by the name, but I kind of like the little unusual graphics in terms of radishes, and I think I don't know what that is. It's not just lettuce, but it looks kind of like lettuce. It's something else, I'm sure you guys know. Little grapes, the bird. It's just really fun botanical kind of images, and I liked that a lot. So let me go ahead and share with you the card that we made this weekend. So I started with a 5.5 by 8.5 inch piece of fresh freesia cardstock. So I'm just gonna fold that in half to make my card base. And then I'm gonna look to see if I have my bone folder handy. There it is. So I can just crease the edges, get it a nice good crease. Okay, and then I'm using the the Heart and Home Designer Series paper. So I have I think this one's actually, 3.5 by 4.5, and then a 3 3/4 by 4 3/4 inch of the soft sea foam. So I'm using the gray and white version of this paper. So the paper that comes with this suite is actually really cool because it's like florals and patterns on one side, and then the other side is all gray and white wood grain types of patterns. So super different and fun. Then I'm going to grab some dimensionals, and we'll pop this up onto the card base with some dimensionals. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to just put that in the middle here, like this. Okay, now I'm going to grab one of these Heart and Home doilies. So this is part of that same suite as the paper, but I'm just going to grab a half of one, and I'm going to attach that to the card as well. And then we'll do some stamping. So this I'm going to just put right here, like right up against the edge of that. Okay, now I'm going to set that aside. We're going to grab some basic gray ink. I'm hoping this is unfrozen. It was in my car. I did not unpack yesterday, so I got home Sunday, and I was pooped, so I didn't unload the car. Plus, I didn't even go to the office. So yesterday I was supposed to unpack, but then I decided to take a day off. And so this stuff has been sitting in my car since Sunday. So I'm stamping the image in basic gray, and then I'm going to use the cute little curved "thanks so much." And we'll do that right above that. Okay. Now, I absolutely love this stamp set because it allows you to color without having to actually physically color. And I know you guys are not always the biggest fans of coloring. So these are like the little blobs. I like to call them blobs, but they're little watercolor marks that actually go with most of the images so that you can color in your images without having to color. And it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to match exactly. And that's the beauty of it, right? So I'm going to stamp this off, and then I'm going to layer it over my grapes. Okay, like that. And then I'm going to take the soft seafoam. So that was fresh freesia, like my card base. Now I'm taking the soft seafoam, which is like the other color on my card. This time I'm not going to stamp off, though. I'm going to go direct to my paper because it's already a pretty light color. And I'm going to stamp that too. How fun is that? Look at that. So it doesn't match up perfectly, but it gives like kind of a watercolored speckled look, and I love that. And it works with the other images too. So if you can imagine this would line up with these leaves, see? And then you would use the little purple part for the robin, and you could do it for the radishes, and then use the green for the top. You may only want to color half of it. So you'd use your Stampin' Write markers with the soft seafoam ink and just color that little part. And then you could do the same thing with this too. So this could go down here like that, and then maybe use the purple up here. So it works for almost all of the images in there beautifully, which I love. All right, so now I'm gonna take my scissors, and I'm just gonna, I kind of stamped it really low because I was trying to make sure I had enough room for the ribbon, but I kind of did it super low. But I want to do a little banner in here, so I'm just gonna slit in the middle, and then I'll go corner to center and corner to center. So yeah, I did it actually really low. Let's flip that over. Just do it one more time so you can see the technique again. Just we'll do it really fast, just so that it's not way down at the bottom there. And I still have room at the top for my ribbon. So then look how fast this goes, you guys. That, and then we'll take my fresh freesia and this smaller blob, and we'll put that there. There you go. Okay, all better. So now I'm gonna grab some of the, I forget what this ribbon, oh, it's probably on it. I have some of this really pretty ribbon. It's mesh ribbon. It was actually part of a Halloween suite a couple of catalogs ago, I think. But I find it works really nicely for a little touch of bling when you want some ribbon with bling, because it's really thick like this, right? But once you tie it in a knot, it kind of like thins it out a bit, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna just, and it's not super thick, which is really good if you're mailing a card, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. A lot of times when you use like wider ribbon, it's usually really thick, and then that adds a lot of bulk when you're mailing. But how pretty is that? Just adds a little bit of glitz and glamour to your card, and it's so easy to use and to tie with. So pretty, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and attach this to my card as well with some dimensionals. So I'm going to put that on there as well, and like that. And did I already take that one? I did. Okay. And then I'm just going to overlap it on this gray piece here. Like that. Now, I would love to add some Wink of Stella to this too, just because I think that would pick up that glitz a little bit, and that would make it really pretty too. But I don't have any right now. I'm waiting on my shipment of those, but that would be a great addition to this card. So that was one of the cards that we made at my card class this past weekend. Let me show you the others. So this one was another one. These are all pretty simple cards, but using different stamp sets. So this used the I forget, the Blessings of the Home, I believe it's called, and it's part of that On Stage suite as well. I keep calling it On Stage because they showed it to us at On Stage last November. It was one of our make and take projects. So it's actually called Heart and Home suite. Really pretty, but this one was really simple, and again, I didn't want to have to do a ton of coloring, so I just stamped it in black and white, and then, well, in black, and then added the color on the back of the card and from the pattern paper. So that's the same pattern paper as this one. It's just one of the printed sides instead of the gray and white woodwork. This one was one that I actually had made on a Facebook Live during our new catalog countdown not too long ago. And so that one I just loved. It was super simple for us to put together in class, and it was one of everybody else's favorites. So that was a good one. And then here we have another one. This was actually a rework of one of the cards I did in a catalog countdown. The one I did had some honeycomb embossing and a few other little elements that I kind of took out of this one to make it a little bit simpler. But I loved this version as well. Really kind of sweet and simple. I don't know if you can see in the background, I did a little bit of stamping just to add a little bit of interest to that. And then the last one was this one. Everybody loved the colors on this one. This is using the Calming Camellia stamp set, which is a host only set. So if you have it's a celebration host only. So if you have a either catalog order or like book order of 300 or more, or if you have your own personal order of 300 or more, you can get this one for free, and it's really, really pretty. And then I just used the pattern paper from the what's that suite called? It's like the Holland one. I keep calling it the Holland one, but it's not really that. It's the tulips. So it's this pattern paper here. Flowering Fields is this sweet. So you can see it's got a lot of like tulips and windmills and all that kind of stuff. So that's the pattern paper I used for that card. So there you go, 5 simple cards that we made for card class. I loved how they came out. I do have a few extras, so you know what? Just for fun, I'll pop a host code in the description below. If you want to use that host code and you place an order, if you need some things or you want to get some of the stuff I used, feel free to do that and use the host code, and I will send you the pre-cut card kits for the 5 cards, so you can make them at home. Obviously, you might have to switch things up if you don't have all the stuff, but you can totally do that and make some projects at home. You can just go to jenpitta.stampinup.net, and again, I'll put that in the description below along with the host code, and you guys can order those, and I'll send you some card kits to play along with me. All right, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next time for my weekly video. Bye for now.